All right. Hopefully this works. Can anyone hear me? Beautiful. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Beautiful. All right. All right. Hey, I'm wicked sorry about that. I have no idea what just happened. Oh, so you guys can hear me pretty good? Yes, no, maybe. Thumbs up if you can hear me. It's not that. Come on, please. Beautiful. All right. So, how is everybody doing tonight? You guys all doing well? Awesome. Awesome. I really apologize for all the BS earlier. And jeez, that was really embarrassing. So I don't know what the hell happened, but who knows? Thanks, Rhonda, Charlie, RH, Michael, Mike. What's up, Ace? Whew. I was getting frustrated. I was about ready to launch my microphone out the door. So I got some exciting news. I was pissed. I was super pissed. Uh so anyway, I got some exciting news. The building that I live in and have lived in for 8 years, I missed the opportunity to buy it. Someone had bought it before I could. And this week I was able to force the hand, and hopefully I have the entire building. The building is mine right now. And hopefully within the next year the owner will sell it to me. So I'm really excited about that. Um, just because this building means a lot to me for some reason. It's just really, really exciting. Um, I figure what we can do is we can talk about some encounters. What's up, Matthew? How are you? And we can talk about some encounters, and we can do, whatever else, however everything else goes. And yeah, so I will be putting my studio will be downstairs. I'll have two studios actually. One up here and one downstairs. Bigger room, and hopefully everything works out that way. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Kathy. um I don't really know what we want to talk about. No, I'm good on a carpenter. Me and my dad are going to do all the work. Little kind of son bonding, father son bonding moments, I guess. But so we got 35 people, and looking good. I guess we'll wait till about maybe 50. I appreciate it, Tom. And I got your email today. I don't know if I responded, but I did get it. I think I responded. What's up, Nicola? Thanks, Rhonda. I need some coffee after that. Holy shit. That was so embarrassing. Like, I look forward to these live streams, and I was really upset that I was so pissed off, man. Oh. Just do a pour over, Mike. Get a get a get a get your filter, put it above your coffee cup, and pour it right in. What's up, Joe? How are you? Thanks, Suji. Coffee is a real drink. Coffee's my main thing that I drink pretty much. Crystal, how are you? So I figure we'll talk a little bit about I got a couple of encounters we can talk about and stuff like that. And how tall am I? I'm 6 foot. What's going on, Caleb? How are you? So I got a pretty good couple of encounters that I want to share with y'all. Um Victor will be here soon, so uh in the next couple of days, I'll have him share it with you. Pretty much what he said about vampires is they're not what everybody thinks they are. They're more or less energy sucking things, kind of, I guess. Is Thunderbolt here? When Thunderbolt comes back in, wish him a happy birthday because it's Thunderbolt's birthday. What's up, Yono? How are you? Giant Slayer. My ex-wife. There's another thing that happened this week. My divorce was finalized this week too on Monday. I've been going crazy all week. I've been super busy. I people part ways, Caleb. Sometimes things happen and you feel one way about a person and you just move on. I think he's a very nice person. I really do. So I got an encounter called it's in the Shenango Valley werewolf. Yeah, where is Jim Baker? No Jim Baker tonight? All right, so we'll get into an encounter and then we'll just BS for a while, do an encounter again. But I want to share a couple encounters with y'all. The Shenango Valley, nestled in Mercer County, is a scenic wonder. The tranquil waters of the Shenango Lake belay the fact that a legendary creature may stalk the surrounding countryside. Strange sightings of an unknown animal began to occur around the mid 50s and continue possibly through present day. The local residents dubbed this creature the Shenango Valley werewolf. Margie was walking with her mother and several young friends when suddenly, from behind her, she heard a howling noise. Quickly, she turned around and stared in horror as a figure was running towards her on all fours. When the creature reached her, it stood on its hind legs and grabbed her and started to pull her down the road. Her mother, who was standing several feet in front, grabbed Margie's hand and quickly yanked her away from the beast. The creature quickly turned and ran back down the gravel road from where it had come from. The creature was again spotted several days later near an abandoned house at the end of the road where the initial sighting had taken place. This time, the creature was seen to be wearing a blue shirt and pants. The creature, after being observed, quickly ran away in the woods. The creature was dubbed Dog Boy by the locals in the 50s through the 70s. Sightings of the creature were rumored to have been seen throughout the area. Sometimes it was seen by the Shenango Lake, other times, loud howls were heard throughout the area. Fast forward to 2010, a research group had a vendor table at a paranormal conference. The event, dubbed MapsCon, was nearing completion when Margie came over to the table and read a flyer. Have you seen this creature? On the flyer was depicted of a canine looking werewolf creature. I saw something strange like that. We went on to interview her. She described the creature as follows: the creature was dark brown, about 4 feet tall, and hair covered its entire body. One of its arms appeared to be almost deformed, and its hands seemed cloven. The face appeared flat. One feature that stood out was its eyes. The eyes appeared to sag. When re-interviewed, Margie in 2014 had sketched a drawing. During her sketching of the creature, she remembered the feelings of dread upon seeing the creature. In June of 2014, in Jefferson Township, Mercer County, PA, and photographed the sighting of the area. So here's something I kind of want to talk about. The reason why I brought up this creature was it's said to be wearing clothes, right? And we've heard that there's been like a dog man spotted in Ohio that supposedly wore clothes. This one supposedly wears clothes. Yet, what do you guys think? I mean, I kind of don't buy that part. I buy her experience, but I don't buy the part where the other person says he had seen clothes. Skinwalker, no, because it's not in Navajo land. It could be a shapeshifter. A skinwalker is just a term for like a shaman of Navajo um lore and stuff like that. I'll type my email in the thing for you, Juliana. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with the audio until it like I don't know what's going on, but I've had to start it 3 different times. So as long as it's all right now and you guys can hear me, so I understand. Can you guys still hear me though? All right, good. Just type in my email in the thing. What's up, Nico? How are you? You know that dog man smoking the trench coat or wearing the trench coat and um thanks, Tracy. And smoking the cigarette is a little weird for me, you know. Um, yes, a skinwalker is it's a shaman. It's a Navajo shaman who practiced black magic and then turned kind of evil. I guess what we say is evil. What's up, Troy? But they were used in the Ute Navajo wars as kind of like a special force thing. You know what I mean? Thanks, Libra. I appreciate that. So, I mean, a lot of the times I don't really know about what to think. Like shapeshifters, yes. I don't think that creature that they're describing that's on the lake was even a dog man. I mean, it's they're calling it a dog man, but it had cloven hands. So it had like goat like appendages. That to me doesn't sound like a dog man, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. There's too much strange crap in this world to really kind of say, no, it didn't really happen or whatever, you know? Um, I just, I can't, I'm not going to say dog man, but I'm going to say shapeshifter or some kind of demon. Who knows? But it's definitely not a dog man. Uh, yeah, there's definitely a lot of paranormal all over Pennsylvania. But like, okay, think about how crazy the world is. What's up, Brian? So, this is what I always say to people. I'm always like, okay, we believe in a bipedal dog or something that looks like a dog that has obvious like aggression towards humans, Bigfoot and stuff like that. Why can't we believe that there's other things that just are not real to our head? Holy shit. Thank you, Jill. I truly appreciate that. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm doing well, Brian. How are you? Once again, Jill, thank you. It's unbelievable. A jinn, but a jinn that's Middle Eastern, So wouldn't we say like demon, you know? Shadow people scare the shit out of me. I do not like shadow people. Absolutely, Jen can shapeshift, but that's a Middle Eastern name. It had a trench coat on. Holy crap! I got a couple of good encounters that I'm gonna go through. I got a that I printed out from you guys and stuff like that. So, a jinn is an invisible creature in pre-Islamic Arabian religious systems, and later, what's the full meaning of the jinn? Demon or spirit. So, I mean, this is coming from an Islamic. Actually, I know that it is a demon because one of my friends who has a YouTube channel that's got like 200,000 subscribers talks about Middle Eastern demons and stuff. Uh, Talks about jinn constantly. Well, I imagine some could be made of fire, but I mean, they're that's like saying all dogman have complete fur all over them. So yeah, where did Thunderbolt go, man? I wish he was back so we could, wish him a happy birthday again. I feel like a jerk now. I agree, Rethink Incorporated. Totally agree with you. If a film about Dogman, I don't know. Thanks, Rhonda. Gravity Cheeseburger, what's up? Don't worry about it, Gravity. This is the third time we had to start this, so it's it's definitely um you're not late to the game. Oh, let's see what I got over here in my pile of goodness. All right. I got a couple of pretty crazy and no win tonight. So I got a couple of we've only been on for Mindy, we've only been on for 19 minutes. So everyone's good. Um I got a couple of pretty cool encounters, some strange ones. I saved a bunch for y'all. This is a white white figure. All right. And someone is asking for some clarity. I need to clarify that While religious, I am not particularly superstitious. And despite looking at and exploring many abandoned locations and sites of horrific tragedies like old battlegrounds and massacres, I've never experienced or truly believed in anything paranormal or unexplainable. This is the one and only experience I have had that ever made me consider the possibility of otherworldly forces or things I cannot rationally explain. So, for some context of the area that I was in, my great uncle owns a lot of land in northern Saskatchewan, Canada. Some of this was pasture that he used for cattle, but half of one of his largest properties is fenced off and the cows cannot go there. In the sectioned off lactose free zone, the area place is densely packed with foliage. I mean, when I hunt, I almost only use game trails and small clearings because a lot of brush is too thick to get through without a machete. The ground itself is blotted with some small, steep hills toward the entrance of the property. There is one main dirt road that goes from a Texas gate at the entrance all the way back to the further side of the property. Coming off the road in a hilly area, we have a camp. The camp consists of a camperized Atco trailer. Picture a big ass yellow sea can in front of an entrance, gated with barbed wire because sometimes my uncle will move cattle to a different fenced off area. With my mom's pull behind trailer that we cannot pull anymore, sitting perpendicular to the Atco, and a tiny, dingy 70s 14-foot pull behind that my family member gave me so I could have privacy at camp and not have to sleep with my mom. Needless to say, we spend a lot of time in the woods. And both my mom and my door are facing the direction of the Atco, meaning I have a pseudo alleyway between my door and my mom's wall. And finally, in front of the trailer, we have a fire pit. And close next to it, and close next to it, in front of my mom's place, there's a table for food prep. Sorry for the lengthy explanation, but I feel like in order for the sequence of events to make sense, you'll all need to understand where I was when this occurred. We've always had a lot of wildlife, like large cats, bears that could harm people. I actually had to put a bear down that came into the camp. So from so since I was young, I learned to recognize sounds and sights around me. And while cautious, I am rarely afraid of anything out there, especially given that I am usually armed when I'm not with multiple people. The summer before last, we had a remarkably calm experience. There were hardly any critters we had to deal with, and it seemed the bears and pests were leaving us alone. No droppings, no small game trails had to go grown in, and the camp that usually took 2 days to set up was exactly how we left it the previous year. It was very peaceful. It being summer, I filled the days with woodworking, fishing trips, occasional hikes, looking for berries, setting traps for rabbit, grouse, and other small game that could be prepared quickly over a fire with my family, but mostly came up unlucky. Regardless of the seemingly lack of disturbances, we always were careful at night, making sure we had a bright light and kept lookout for anything. After the first week, we began hearing noises around the camp very late at night. That would drive the dogs insane all night to a point we just had to keep her inside but never saw anything. It almost felt like whatever was there was probing and checking out our camp nightly, but always staying far enough away and hidden so we couldn't see it. Then one night, just like any other, I left my mom's camper a couple hours after the daylight had disappeared with a lantern style LED light, and as a rarity, I didn't have anything to defend myself. So I was a little bit more cautious and observant than usual, given I felt vulnerable. As I walked from the exit of my mom's camper, I looked around for a moment, scanning the tree line, and began to loop around to my door. I panned as I walked from right to left, from the entrance to the fire pit, and then to the table. It was there, just behind the table, not 20 feet away, that I saw a naked, extremely pale, almost gray, probably just because of the dark, lanky humanoid figure standing still and directly facing me. As it caught my gaze, I felt my heart drop and immediately went cold. I probably only stared for 3 seconds at most, but it felt like several minutes as my brain processed what I was looking at. It stood somewhere between 6.5 to 7.5 feet tall, with low, slumped shoulders, a frail, thin body that reminded me of photos from the Holocaust, but with disproportionately long limbs. I couldn't see the legs fully because of the table, but what I could see looked like sinew and skin stretched over the leanest and thinnest body I'd ever seen. I know I might be sounding like a dramatic little whiner, but I couldn't describe the primal fear and shock that came over me. It was like a combination of feeling you get when you're threatened at gunpoint or hearing something stalk you in the woods, but ramped up to the point where you can barely think. I couldn't make out many details of its face, but the light cast small shadows on the face that made it look like it had shadow features similar to nose and lips, eye sockets. I ran like my life depended on it. Can you guys still hear me? Hello? Can you all hear me? Okay. Feet to the door. Once inside, I grabbed my shotgun, stuffed several shells in my pocket, loaded the gun, and aimed it at the door. I sat in silence with the hammer, walked back, waiting for the door to knob to turn. I sat and waited for hours in the early morning. Eventually, at 4 a.m., I lowered my guard. Blah, blah, blah. I couldn't be mistaken. A warped in my mind the creature I saw. So they only saw it once. After that, they didn't see it at any time. Um, but it was like, to me, it sounds like a crawler, but something, I don't know. Canada, I've had a lot of really crazy experiences in Canada that have come up, and they always kind of sound like a crawler, but not, you know. I think there's portals out that way too, and I think stuff comes out of them that we don't have any kind of name or kind of whatever for. All right, so I see a couple people saying my audio is going up and down. Yeah, crawlers freak me out a lot. I would much rather see a dog man and um a Bigfoot than a crawler any day. All right, so I'm good. Okay, good. All right. I don't mean to keep asking you guys, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, I mean, portals portals just freak me out, man, because like the Skinwalker Ranch one, that is probably the the craziest one I've ever heard, because that hunter was sitting there and he was watching like this field, and all of a sudden this portal just opened up and this creature drops out, and it didn't look like a dog man, Bigfoot, anything else. And um it just, you know, yeah, well, I'm not going to mess with my audio because it was it was a process getting it started. So I don't know. People say you can hear it, people say they can't. So I'm just gonna leave it. If you don't like it, I guess I don't know what to say. bounce. I don't know. Um, Thanks, Terry. Yeah, I have seen that one. That one's crazy. That video of the crawler with the red eyes. There was a couple of old ones that a couple of years ago, like as of late, YouTube has been flooded with a ton of computer generated um dogman crawler videos that are just, they're computer generated AI, whatever. And it really, people really can't figure out if it's true or not. Um but yeah, exactly, Crystal. And but a couple of years ago, like 6 years ago, when YouTube was, I'm not going to say pure or whatever, because like it's always had the creepy pasta and stuff. But when there was a channel like mine, um, they stayed kind of true to the game. But there was a lot more creepy videos of creatures back then, and if you look for them now, you can't find them. Um, I remember I had a subscriber from, I think, Colorado, and he had sent me a video of him walking on this old fire road, and he'd come down the trail and he had seen a dead bird. And when he stopped to look at the dead bird, off in the distance was this bipedal cryptid creature. You couldn't tell what it was. You couldn't tell if it was a dog man or a Bigfoot, but it was definitely something and huge. And I can't find that video anymore. I can't even find the channel anymore. There's a tornado in Mississippi. There's definitely a lot of stuff in Tennessee. Tennessee is, I mean, you got County Tennessee right there. There was two dogman attacks, people dead, killed. It's these monsters that Enoch talked about live. Maybe. I mean, we really don't know. Probably though. I mean, think about, like, okay, so these writings that are from thousands of years ago have just been passed down, to the people throughout history. So if it's kind of like that story, if like, let's say, and I'm just going to use three of you guys' name. So let's say I whisper in James Estrada's ear, "Hey, the pencil is yellow." And then James whispers to Thomas, "Hey, the pencil is green." That initial sentence changes. So I think where, stories along the line get "Hey, Colin, how are you?" They get changed throughout time, you know? Verified 911 call in Bumpus Mill when the dog man were running through the town. You verified it? Because I had just spoken to Sharon the other night, actually. How does a crawler kill you? I imagine like anything else. They appear to have like clawed like hands. And even though they're skinny, I bet you they're strong as shit. That's just my feeling. Who's Martin Groves, and how would he know? When winter's over, brother. When winter's over, then I'll be going out there. We're actually getting we've had some pretty good days, but now it was raining and snowing out today, so I was kinda we've had like 50-degree days. But yeah, I can't wait to get back out into the field. Sue, who is that Martin Groves that informed you of a 911 call? Because as far as I know, no one else is talking about Bumpus Mills. That's kind of weird because Sharon and her brother has not shared any other information about that, and nor has anyone. Huh. I bet he listens to my channel. Morristown, New York? Enki, you had a Dogman encounter? I don't even know who this guy is, but no one else has talked about Bumpus Mills, you know what I mean? So that's kind of funny. Really? So that's kind of interesting because no one else has talked about Bumpus Mills. So I bet he listened to my channel and like a few other channels that do it and people and copy or take my information, which is ridiculous, but I don't know. You've hung out in Pickwick? That's awesome. Yeah, he wouldn't bring it up, would he, Sue? Because why would you if you're copying somebody or resharing? I guess I can't say copying. I'd say resharing, but he's not doing research by listening to other stuff. What's up, Randy? Good night, brother. Oh, Morristown, Tennessee. Okay. Did you win, Rhonda? So I really can't wait to get back out into um the field. My first when it's at least probably 55 degrees and I know all the snow is because when the snow is down here is gone, there'll still be probably 6 to 12 inches of snow up north where Tom Mezek disappeared. But I kind of want to figure out what the hell was following me when I was in the woods that day. Um, just because it really is. Uh, Arizona is definitely a cool place to figure it out. Yeah, someone said that, Greg, or Roger, but nobody else has talked about Bumpus Mills except me. That's the thing. And Sharon is the person that the experienced it happened to, and she hasn't shared it with anyone except me too. So I'm kind of wondering, and has anyone validated if he's really a retired cop or not? Because a lot of people say they are retired cops and military, and they're not either. Which, whatever. No snow? That sucks. I'm definitely gonna stay, um, strapped when I go up there. I really am. Bettina is a lovely woman. I love Bettina. I was on her show the other week or something like that. She's a great person. I like her a lot. Yeah, he's legit by talking about my story, Rogreg Davis. How is he legit if he's talking about my stuff? That's not legit. He's a legit copycat. Anyway, so when I go up to Nico asked, um, I think it was a hide behind because and there was two of them. There was two of them. So if where Tom Mezek disappeared, all right, um, it's hard to when I go out there in the videos that you guys have seen when I'm walking up there, um, if you walk out there or if you drive up, there's a what's a hide behind? It's a creature that hides behind. It's an it's look it up. I don't have a great answer. Hey, what's up, James? Um, they're they're a creature that jeez, they don't really have like a description, you know what I mean? I'd almost I almost envision them as like a crawler, you know what I mean? So anyway, when you go up to where Tom Mezek disappeared, there's a road and it's called Lily Pond Road. And it's a small fire road. And even though it's on GPS, the entrance of it is hidden in some bushes, and so you turn onto it, and it's poorly maintained. It's almost like I don't know if you guys have pole lines where you guys live, but in New York we have pole lines where they're just like trails where cars can go down. Like National Grid or electric company trucks can go down, but they're really bumpy. And so there's a kind of a parking area, but it's not really a parking area. It's just large enough to put a couple cars in. What's up, Rockin' Steady? And so then Lily Pond Road turns into Lily Pond Trail. And I was walking up through Lily Pond Trail, and I had you guys have probably seen the trail when I have my camera with me. So I got around the pond and I was on the back side of the pond. So I was a good ways away from my vehicle. And I heard some scuffling in the woods on both sides of me. And I was like, oh, that's creepy. And I had to turn around. And as I'm turning around, um, I hear something on both sides of me walking through the woods. And I couldn't see what it was, but it followed me out until I got to the main part of Lily Pond Road, and then I could hear it take off in the back, um, which was just it was terrifying. All right, so people are asking what a hide behind is, and it's hang on a second. All right, so a hide behind, it's a nocturnal, fearsome critter from American folklore that preys upon humans that wander in the woods and is blamed for the disappearance of early loggers when they failed to return to camp. As its name suggests, a hide behind is said to be able to conceal itself. Um, hide behind is said to be able to conceal itself When an observer attempts to look directly at it, the creature quickly hides behind an object or behind the observer and therefore cannot be seen. A hide behind supposedly has uses this ability to stalk human prey without being observed and to attack them without warning, said victims, including lumberjacks and others who frequent the forest, are then dragged back to the creature's lair and devoured. Um, there really isn't kind of a description of them, but there's a picture of, I don't know if you guys can see that picture, but you can see a tail. It almost looks like a dog man, which is absolutely insane. So a lot of you guys are talking about Brenton. Yeah, Brenton, Kirk Stokes was on Brenton's show for a little bit, but I guess he was not what he appeared to be per Kirk Stokes. I truly believe that things, Sharon, I truly, truly believe that these creatures lurk in the tops of mountains and stuff, or mountains, in the tops of trees, and they drop down to, you know, attack us and hide. I think that's the best way to that they hunt us. So you're all good. Chad, I don't know if you're late, but it took 3 times to start this, and we're not talking about the mic issues anymore because it's just gonna happen. I apologize. What's up, California? What's going on? I love being in the woods too. You know, I've had, a couple of creepy times out there, but I still love going in the woods. I did talk to Victor. I'm gonna talk to him hopefully tomorrow. I gave him another day off today, and hopefully I'll talk to him tomorrow and we can get a show up for you guys. Um, Dogman in the groves of California where the Freemasons are. You mean where like where the 1% are? I think dogmen are all throughout the woods. I mean, I don't think there's a spot that they're not. That's like a small Bigfoot in trees. Um, Hang on a second. I'll think of that, Ral. While we're talking. Yeah, the Bohemian Grove. Yeah, it's I mean, that's the 1%. That's really not Freemason stuff. Freemasons are we get a bad rap. We're not like I mean, I my family is like 6 generations of Freemasons and we're not satanic or anything like that. I'm feeling great, Bobby. Thank you. Yeah, Enki, the woods do get completely quiet. Googler, actually, I have an encounter on Shelter Island, which I do believe is off the coast of Long Island. Is there a theory regarding Dogman or Portal? Um, yeah, I think I think that uh I mean, it's your theory. So whatever theory you come up with. That's the thing. Nobody in cryptozoology is a is a expert. There is no experts, you know. And that's the worst part about it is people think they're experts when no one is, you know. Theory, this is the only cryptozoology is the only science that is based on theory, first, second hand accounts, and talking to other people and coming up with your own ideas, you know? It's I really think that the more we talk and the more we, share information, like what you guys do in the chat here, when, I'm talking and a couple of you guys are talking amongst yourselves and you come up with ideas and that is um the best way to come up with theory that way too, and you might break the puzzle. A wendigo is First Nation Native American lore. um there's a I'm gonna go up there this summer. I have family that lives in Hogansburg, which is the Aquasati Reservation, and there's a beautiful painting up there. Um, and I am going to take a picture of a Wendigo photo or picture painting and share it with you guys because it is when there's different stories and the internet and all of the crazy stuff that you guys read, like humans who are cannibal. No, that's part of it, but I mean, Reddit and movies and bullshit like that has completely screwed everything up. Um, it is basically if you're trapped in the woods and you are driven to the most horriblest crime by eating one of your relatives and you then are punished by the great spirit. And no, they're not black magicians or shamans. That's a skinwalker. That's Navajo. Googler. Um, and then you are a mist. You're transformed to a mist, a bipedal like white creature, or an emaciated human being. Um, the only magic pertaining to it is the punishment that the Great Spirit, puts down on them. Uh, yeah, the Denver airport's got some crazy, crazy things. Um, but like Hollywood has really screwed everything up. Like people are like, Wendigo has deer antlers. No, it doesn't. I mean, that's so Hollywood, so Reddit, and it's crazy. Yeah, romanticized. Thank you, Yono. Thank you. Best place to see a dog man in the woods. Um, I'm not being a smart ass, brother. I don't know. What state do you live in, Kevin? What's up, Lydia? Lida. I suck at pronouncing names. I'm an idiot. Missouri. The Ozarks. I've got a couple of people that have had encounters up in Missouri. Actually, yesterday I did a couple of stories in Missouri. Um, Not the Ozarks. Yeah, the Ozarks. But there was a guy that lives in Missouri. Hang on, let me get one thing really quick. All right, I'll get the file out. Missouri. So, um, there was this one guy, him and his girlfriend. This is crazy. him and his girlfriend were emailing me, and they apparently both listened to my channel and didn't tell each other. So like they had this crazy experience with a dog man around his house. And they were both sharing it with me until one day that I shared his story and she realized, holy shit, that's my boyfriend's story. Hang on a second. Let me find it. I probably can't find it right now either because I would never find anything. Matt, is it Matt? Is it Matt? Is it Matt? Is it Matt? Nope, not Matt. Ghost Dog Paranormal? Is it this? Nope, not that. I think it's this one. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find it so I can share it with you guys. I tried to have all my files organized, but then I pull one out to share and I don't put it back like an idiot. Um, I just don't know exactly the location, so I'll just share it with you guys quick. So this guy and this girl, boyfriend girlfriend, um, this kid, probably in his 20s, bought some property out in Missouri, and maybe I got it saved on my phone. Hang on. And Give me one second. It's by the I'm probably gonna say it wrong. Tomsauk State Park, I believe. And so they bought this property and he built like one of those garage kind of like a hangar, and he was living in his trailer, like a pull behind trailer. And he then would work in his garage. He had a motorcycle, and he was like always trying to soup his motorcycle up. He had his dog with him. Um, and there was some property next to his, so there was like a tree line separating his property with a fence, right? And um, no, Colleen, no, it's not. So there was this tree line separating, and he kept hearing these howls and stuff, and he'd see the eye shine. So he got freaked out, went into his camper. It was a camper. Um, Grabbed his samurai sword because he didn't have a firearm. And yeah, it does sound like the life. It was sick. And so him and his dog are standing, staring, looking at like these eyes. They eventually take off, run out into the wilderness. Um, it goes on for a couple nights. So one night, his girlfriend goes out and lets the dog out because she's got to go to the bathroom. The dog has to go to the bathroom, and she sees the eyes. Now the boyfriend hasn't said a word to her, and um, Kirk, I've seen a dog man, so I don't need Kirk to take me to see a dog man. But yeah, he has. Me and Kirk are good friends, actually. We'd been friends for a while. I've been trying to get him to come on because people had screwed him over in the past. Anyway, So the girlfriend saw the eyes. The boyfriend never told her. And um they both sent me their encounter at the same time. And it was just incredible because like coincidentally they both listened to the channel, but they never told each other that they listened to a Dogman channel, which was really strange. Do you have all my feral encounters are on the channel or yeah, on the channel. What's up, Akem? How are you? Good morning from Germany. Wow, half a mile wide tornadoes in Mississippi. Wait a second. Hang on a second. So, really quick, Mississippi is having tornadoes right now that are there's like a strip a half a mile wide where these tornadoes are going, or are they a half a mile wide? Oh, they were last night. Okay. Jesus. Were there a lot of people hurt? I mean, I'm sure they were displaced, but E4s? Holy shit. Wow. I don't watch the news and I don't read the news. I try to just stay out of it because I can't. I hate the news so much. At least 19 people. Oh man. 23 were killed. Wow. I got to answer this question really quick. The Ohio train wreck caused more sightings. No, I don't. That's a thing. Like people, here's something that I believe. Okay, and it's my own belief. Okay, that people that do this, like what I share is encounters from other people, and I do my own research on animal attacks and stuff like that. But then there's these channels out there that will combine creepy pasta and true sightings. And if there's like a natural disaster or something, like or not a natural, any kind of disaster, they'll take advantage of it and be like, "Oh, a dog man was right there." Um, if we think about how intelligent dogmen are and how their senses are, why would a dogman go to where a train with chemicals crashed and capsized? It wouldn't happen, you know? Exactly, RH. Kevin, to be honest with you, they they may be on the rise, but I think with just the internet and people that now um are starting to feel more comfortable with sharing because a lot of these encounters are um a couple years old, you know what I mean? So people are finally they're realizing, hey, there's a community of people that have seen these creatures. You know, maybe I'll share my encounter. You know, I'm getting encounters from new people daily that had an encounter like 14 years ago. Um, I don't think they're on the rise. I think that we are becoming more aware because more people are talking about it now. Also, that you have to be careful too of um, fictitious ones, unfortunately. And I hate that. I really do because we're already viewed like we're crazy. You know, it's just BS. Thomas, you're coming on my show this week. I'm going to call you this week and have you come on. MER, thank you so much. I'm not going to stop. I love doing these. No, we ain't crazy, Kevin. We are not crazy. They are. They're super intelligent. And that's why I don't think That's why I don't think a dog man would ever go near Ohio when a train wreck happened. You know what I mean? They're just too intelligent. Their senses are too good. No animal in their right mind would go. Well, like the animals and people who have died in that area, I don't know how many people had, but I'm sure animals have, but because they can't get away fast enough. You know what I mean? No, 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 Virgil, you're good. You're good. You didn't say anything bad. I just said that I've seen one. So I mean, he already knows that I saw one. Kirk was a super nice guy. He really got screwed over by the community back in the day. You know what I mean? When the community was, if you don't believe what I believe, you'll never, it doesn't matter. This, and that. Fortunately enough, the community's changed that way, but it's changed kind of for the worse too. Exactly, Charlie. Exactly. Fiction or fact is scarier than fiction in my eyes. Kevin, do you think Dogman uses portals? Because if you do, then that's a good theory. I do too, but I can't prove it. You know what I mean? That's the key thing is we have to think. Crystal, you have been with me back since back in 2009, 19. Duh. I'm having moments of like, oh God, there's nothing worse than cold coffee when you don't want it to be cold. How about that? Ugh. Cherry Coke tonight. Ugh. God, it tastes like shit. Ugh. Kevin, I agree. Um, you know, predator-like technology, cloaking. Um, yeah, I can't run to my microwave right now though. So, all right, here. Um, and I it's like I'm constantly repeating stuff, so I like think you guys are gonna get mad at me for repeating it. But all right, so Kevin, in Russia, back in the day, I've got the write up somewhere in my studio. I've got to really organize my papers. I'm just a slob. Um, there was a Russian scientist, a female Russian scientist, and it was she was trying to study Bigfoot to figure out their cloaking abilities and stuff like that. All of a sudden, the Russian government comes in and um, see, here's another person saying I sound bad. I don't though, because everyone else, I might sound bad to you, Antonio, but on this, I'm not. I'm sorry. Uh, so the Russian government comes in and takes this scientist stuff over. Um, I think infrasound is different from their cloaking. I think they have a different ability. They have the infrasound, but I think that's more or less to fuck us up and screw everything else up while they're getting away. But I don't think that that helps them cloak. Once again, guys, we've been on for an hour. And for those people that are still commenting about the sound cutting in and out, I can't help it. It took me 3 times to start the upload, and I'm not gonna stop it. So I don't know what to tell you. Thanks, Julia. Julianne. Jesus, see, I'm telling you. No, it's not your fault. It's just I can't I it literally took me 3 times to stop it or to start up. It was terrible. I actually couldn't wish Thunderbolt happy birthday. Oh, okay. You think it's the web? Maybe it is. Thanks, Rockin' Steady. The Last of Us. What is that? Is that that one where they grow the Enki? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Great meteor construct on Google Earth. In my opinion, it's Atlantis. Is that the one out in Africa, Enki? You know, um, I really do think that something's going on. Here's something that I thought about the other day. So you know how the Mandela effect. Check this out. This is crazy. I just think about dumb shit all the time. Um, so you know how we people talk about the Mandela effect and stuff like that. Um, and now they're creating like the metaverse, and people are always saying like there'd been a great reset. What if they're creating the metaverse to confuse us even more about the reality that we're in? you know? And I was just like, I started going down a rabbit hole in my own head. And it was like, I need to stop because I'm just going crazier than I already am. But I mean, because like they say, like there's this great reset. We're living in, whatever. I know it could be real. Who knows? I think you'd be good there, Lake Superior girl. I mean, go. I would if I could go to Yellowstone and see how beautiful this country is, do it. Just, keep be super vigilant of yourself and stuff like that. Bob Lazar is legit. I like Bob Lazar. There's Speaking of that, Tom, yeah, there's an old Native American tale that Dogman and humans crossed the Great Land Bridge hand in hand. And I think that's an amazing tale. I want to find out who and what uh, native culture that came from and figure it out because I think it'd be cool. Anything on 7 near Area 51? I don't know what that means. S4? I wish that I could spend more time outdoors. Uh just because and I love the Adirondacks, but I I don't like winter too much. I just wish I was, I guess, out west maybe a little more, where it was warmer and we had less winter. But then I'd be screwed because I couldn't go up north, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah. I have not really looked into that too much about that stuff with Bob Lazar. Um, I really want to get a couple of people together that Laura Eisenhower knows and have an upload with them on. It does look like a dog man, right, Colleen? JT, you're all good, bro. Glad you're here. Glad you could make it. um, yeah, I don't like the cold, but I do like the cold when I'm inside. I have that. I actually, Kevin, I interviewed the guy. I'm friends with him. He lives in Australia now. He wants me to come out to Australia someday and visit him. It's a pretty intense story. The interview's on my channel somewhere. He did share a couple of his Virgil. He did share a couple of his stuff with me. I just can't. Uh, he asked me not to share it at this point. When I can, I will when he allows me to. Um, it's his, so I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything to affect him. I gave him my word, and when I give someone my word, I just keep it. I literally sat on an encounter for 4 years before, because I didn't want this person to get pissed off at me. I'll check that out right now. Uh, Julianne, Juliana, hang on, let me pull it up and see what I got. Did you email it to me, Juliana? Because I don't have an email. I don't have anything from you right now. Let me check and see if it went to my spam. No, I didn't. I didn't get anything from you, Juliana. What's up, Larry? How are you, brother? What is your take on the link with fallen angels and cryptids? Um, I think there is a very, very big um connection. 100%. Look, Newsmax, Missouri Airman Dogman. I have Kevin, I have the account right here. It's in this file, and I have that guy on my channel that he shared that encounter here. Tracy, you leaving for the night? Yeah, please try again, Juliana. Please. I'm gonna talk to Victor. Yeah, I was supposed to talk to him today, but I wanted to give him another day so he could be chilled. They may be the children of Lilith. I don't know. A guy told me that he's Native American. Well, I heard it from another person that this guy told, and I want to get him to come on. I was supposed to have him on this week sometime, but I don't know what happened. I agree with you, James. Like what's that shit, the aliens, and then with the engineers. It was connected to the alien movies. The engineers were in it. I really think there's uh I really think that there's some sort of connection with that. This supposedly, yes, Prometheus. I really think that, I really think that I don't know. I don't want to share my ideas on things because I don't want to piss anyone off. But I really think there was some sort of extraterrestrial or some sort of something that really has a connection with religion as we know it and cryptids and stuff like that. Um, like I really truly believe that. I mean, obviously, there's a great spirit, there's something larger than life. Um, but I really truly think that something from another world is what a lot of the tales that are religious tales, or you know what I mean, could be based on. Um, I think that, like, okay, so here's something. We talk about these giants that roamed the earth and they were the fallen angels. Well, what happens if, humans back then were unaware of technology? So if there was something that came out of the sky and landed, wouldn't humans at that point observe them and say, "Oh man, that's a fallen angel"? You know? I don't necessarily believe that to be like 100% accurate, but I mean, just something. I don't know. I'm probably not making any sense. And the reason why I'm not getting deep into it is because I don't want to piss people off. Crystal, good luck with your Siggy. Colleen Rainbow Black, we talked about Bohemian Grove 20 minutes ago. I'm noticing that are you lagging behind? Is there a lag for you? Thanks, John. I appreciate it. I really do. Here, I'll just quick say it, okay, guys? All right. So, if you think about like where the Catholic religion or Christianity and all that lies and stuff like that, where in Egypt and all that, right? They talk about one God. Obviously, there is one God. This world could not exist without something. Shit like this does not happen out of like a coincidence. But I really think like the Ark of the Covenant or Covenant or whatever the hell it is. You know, what if that's some sort of alien technology? You know, what if all of these things that are described in the Bible are actually things that came down from the sky, but didn't. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna. I just don't want to piss anyone off. So I. Yeah, it's all right, Libra. I mean, it's just pretty much um old accounts that everyone had heard before. It's like a replay of accounts. That's my view, but I mean, I wish someone could get like if I were to ever make a documentary on Dogman, what I would do is I would find I would get like Kirk Stokes, I would get Tim Baker, and I would get a couple of other people, and I would really have like, you know, people that I think have the reason why I look at Kirk Stokes and Tim Baker as being reputable is because they're not seeking fame. Tim Baker, Tim Coonbo Baker